Okay, so remember, we just finished with Miss Honeybee saying she's so mad she could sing. She's not going to be able to make any honey this year. We're on page 136, and Eager Beaver, line 51. You may begin.
No, honey, that's terrible.
B. You're going to have to come over here because you're not going to be loud enough.
No one will be sorrier than King Bartholomew, because he just loves honey on his bread. A bee can't make honey without flowers.
Flowers?
Flowers. It has a little gap. I know it's weird. And you can't expect the gardeners to grow flowers when there isn't any spring. I tell you, I am so angry as a bee can be. And the bears, they'll be simply wild without their honey. And I could go back.
We're all going to miss the flowers this year, and the birds, the sunshine, but most importantly, we're all going to miss our food. King Bartholomew is attempting to starve us, and he deserves to be found guilty.
If you're part of the jury, join with me. Yes. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Okay, there's way more than just me in the jury, just for the record. That was supposed to be forceful. Let's pause there since I'm already talking. So remember all the foods they weren't going to have because there was no spring. Remember, there wasn't going to be any fruits, there wasn't going to be any nuts, there wasn't going to be any vegetables, no grains, no wheats, no breads, there wasn't going to be any honey, and I'm missing two. Oh, there wasn't going to be any milk or cheese or ice cream. There's literally going to be so much without. Page 136. King, line 37, jumping out of his bed.
What?
Judge.
I warned you that his next outburst from you would be in contempt of court. Yes, said he kept quiet.
It says C, that he keeps quiet. Jury, join with me. Guilty, guilty, guilty. All right, so before we turn the page, can you see, I love this illustration. It's the string bean and the apple tree and the winter wheat and all the animals. Look at their faces. They all look so guilty. They're all like pointing like he's guilty. Molly? Okay.
Why is this string bean and this winter wheat taller than a beaver?
Yeah, I didn't make it, but it's okay.
Mr. Nickel,
Yes.
I think that's how a court works. The person who is like charged with all the stuff should at least be able to talk. Like at least they should get to the part where like he can talk.
Sometimes they will. Or sometimes that will happen. Like they'll be able to testify, like I forgot what it's called. But they're testifying for themselves. Like they're saying how they think it went. But apparently he does not get to happen. So this event right here is like the climax of the play, because after this page is when the turning point comes. So this is like the high point of the play when they're all saying he's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty, he's trying to starve us all, there's going to be no food, and he's saying wait, and the jury's like still guilty, still guilty, still guilty. Then we're going to turn the page, and it is now scene 2 of Act 2. Scene 2, Act 2. King's bedroom at rise, so that means the curtains are going up. The lights come on full. The king jumps out of bed, pulls his bell cord, which is like a ringing bell. Door guard opens door, takes his customary stand.
Good morning.
Here, Miss Goodiful, I don't know if it's my part yet because it's loading.
Wait a minute.
All right, let's take 5 seconds then and wait for March to load. What?
Yeah, because it just won't work.
What?
I'm gonna just close out and just like try to get back in because it is not working. Come on, internet. Internet, come on. I need to go to, I don't know what page.
Door guard and two guards are different people. Who is door guard?
Oh no, too far, too far, too far.
Okay. Hold on, no, I just was saying, okay, you're the door guard, okay? I didn't say
Okay,
that.
here we go. Here we go now.
Okay, you have to be nice and loud and don't read in a silly voice, Evan. Just read.
Good morning, Your Highness. I trust you softball.
It was a terrible night. Just terrible. What a dream. Where's my valet?
All right, everyone pause there. All these animals, the winter wheat, the whole court session, what was that? Molly? A dream. So all of that was a dream, he said. He literally said, what a dream. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. Door guard.
He's coming down, Your Highness.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
Get my dressing gown. Hurry. Find the captain of the guard immediately.
The captain of the guard
I've done a very terrible thing. I only hope it's not too late.
The captain of the guard.
It was my fault.
It wasn't my fault.
It wasn't my fault. The
Chains.
chains were
Tight.
tight and the door
Securely.
securely locked.
And barred. Like, so right now the king is like yelling, and the captain was who was supposed to chain up Spring, and the captain is like, it's not my fault. It was not my fault. So what probably happened? If he's saying it's not my fault, her chains were tight. What probably happened to Spring, who was in the dungeon?
Spring probably escaped.
Yeah, she must have escaped. All right, king.
Stop your prattling. There is no time to lose. Go quickly and see if to it that the chains are removed from the maiden. Spring, bring her to me so I may apologize to her.
When
What?
that's what I'm trying to tell you. She
Isn't.
there. She's gone.
Gone?
Did you want to see me?
Can you forgive a foolish man the greatest mistake of his life?
A foolish man you have been to think that you or any other man or woman could command the forces of nature and your will
At your will.
at your will. Did your brave believe that dungeon doors or iron chains would keep Spring from walking your land?
I was foolish. Now I know better.
Spring is a yearly miracle of nature, as constant as the moon and the stars. Planting time and harvest time, summer and winter, day and night, these must always come.
What can I do to earn your forgiveness?
Your eyes and heart to your
Environment.
environment. Now, if you don't mind, I must be on my way. My spring wonders to perform.
That's it.
Door guard.
The Prime Minister to see the king.
You're just the person I want to see.
Very important. I take up all night to finish it.
Never mind that now. Tell me, is this day you wish to take your kids fishing?
Forgive me, sir. I will
Sire. That word is sire.
Forgive me, sire. I was foolish.
Oh, is it my turn? Is it my turn, Miss Kneifel?
Yes.
Okay. Not at all. You may have the day off on one condition.
Robert.
Yes, the condition that you take me with you. Yes, I think it would be good for my stomach, for my I can't read that. It's pretty small.
For my stomach ache.
For my stomach ache. Besides, it seems I have a touch of spring fever.
And oh snap, there were some big turning points in our play. So,
I got like 3 parts.
okay. All right, I need everyone's eyeballs on me. We're going to discuss our lovely, lovely play and talk about what happened. What went down in this shenanigans. So, at the very, very beginning of the play, why was King Bartholomew so annoyed with his subjects? First off, what does he mean when he says subjects? Is he talking about math, English, writing? Is that what he's talking about?
No.
What's he talking about, Kylan? No, his subjects. He's mad at his subjects. Who's he actually mad at? Nolan? He is the sire. Let's try again. The subjects of his kingdom. Who are they, Burchelle? Yeah, anyone in the kingdom. Anyone who works for him. Everyone. He's mad at them. And why is he mad at them? I want a nice, long, lengthy thing. Molly, tell me exactly why he is annoyed with his subjects. And why aren't they working? Ava. It's not spring break. It's just spring. Spring is coming. That's why they're annoyed. So if Mrs. Kneifel was answering this, I would probably say something like King Bartholomew is annoyed with his subjects because he believes they have become too lazy and are not working hard enough because the spring weather has came in. Correct? Correct. All right. At the very beginning of the play, obviously he is angry, angry, angry. Someone remind me, the whole court scene with all the animals, all the vegetables talking, he was in a what? Everyone.
Dream.
Dream. He was asleep. That all happened in his sleep, but then he woke up and he had a big change of heart. So I need an explanation. Why would it be difficult to find food if spring was forbidden? And how do the witnesses feel about it personally? Why would it be difficult to find food, Evan?
Because if things can't grow, remember they're supposed to eat and survive, and altogether just get more food.
Right. Most of the things we eat, even the things that are like processed food, they come from things that were once grown. If you have a donut, it came once from grain, right? So if the ground never gets warm, things can never grow. So we're not going to have all those things listed. So that's why people would literally starve. That's why he is being tried for starvation. The only thing they didn't list was meat, which then you'd have to kill the animals, but you wouldn't be able to make new animals because they'd eventually all die because they didn't have anything to eat. So, and the witnesses, obviously, the witnesses would be the apple tree, the string bean, all of them personally felt like it was really personal to them, right? That's how they felt. They felt that it was personal. So, dun, 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 dun. I think this story is so funny. It just cracks me up. But I'm glad we all understood that it was a dream. So, the author developed. So, let's talk about the theme. The theme is what the author wants us to learn. And it's kind of actually stated on the last page. So, how does the author develop the theme throughout the play? Throughout his dream, King Bartholomew learns what will happen without spring and that people will starve. So what do we think the theme of the play is? What does the author want us to learn? And remember, it's kind of stated on this last page a little bit. Rochelle, what do you think the author wants us to learn? Okay, so that's super specific. I wanted it a little bit more broad, but she said, if you didn't hear that, if spring's not here, people won't be able to eat. Mark, you want to give it a try? What is the author wanting us to learn?
Think twice before you make a decision.
Okay, that's a super good one. Think twice before you made a decision. How about else? Remember, the whole story was about nature. So, Evan, give me a try. What do you think?
Take what you can get and don't be selfish.
Okay, don't be selfish. Molly?
What animals need to live?
Right, so we learned what we need to live and what animals need to live. and the king wanted to take away spring. So the author was trying to teach us to respect nature and to be respectful of what is provided to us from nature. So that is the overall theme of the story, is to respect nature, okay? So why was the story called The Miracle of Spring? Why do we think the story was called The Miracle of Spring? Or The Miracle of Spring, or whatever the actual title is. Why do we think that's what it's called? Nolan, Lillian, put up. Why do we think that's what it's called? Zach, what do you think?
Probably called that because, like, we learned a lesson from spring.
He did kind of learn a lesson. If we go back to page 139, the spring herself literally said, spring is a yearly miracle of nature. Meaning, like, she escaped from the prison that the king put her in, and spring was literally like, you literally thought you could keep me with chains? Like, you thought that was gonna work if you just said no more spring? If I decided today that we shouldn't have spring, is spring still gonna come?
Yes.
Absolutely. No matter how bad I don't want spring, which I love spring, but no matter how bad I don't want spring, or no matter how bad the king didn't want spring, no matter what, spring is still going to come. So it is a miracle because it's going to happen no matter what. No matter who wants to stop it or anything, spring will always continue to come. So in just a minute, you're going to have a Google Classroom question. It's not totally up yet. I have to assign it. It's like waiting to be assigned. So stay with me while I'm finishing assigning it. I will read you the question as I am assigning it to my lovely friends. This is going to be a Google Classroom question that you have to use radar for. So let's go through the steps of radar. What are the steps of radar? What is, first off, RADAR? What is step number 1, Molly? Restate the question. And I'm going to tell you there's going to be 2 parts to this question in case you're wondering. Okay, what is the next step of radar? What's the next step? All of you in here should have your hand up because it's literally on the board. Mark.
Add details.
Answer in your own words. Add details is later. But that's okay. Answer in your own words. What is next? Landon. Then it's details and more details. And then what is it? Lillian. Add text evidence. And then lastly, you have to wrap it up. Remember, Mrs. Kneifel loves, everyone say loves a conclusion sentence, okay? So your answer should be about a paragraph. Answer the above questions using radar. Yeah, you're going to need your book. Otherwise, how are you going to answer it? It's a question about our book. I'm just finishing typing it. You're going to need that, Nolan. So get it. You're going to have to type on your computer. So never mind. You can get your computer. Okay. Punctuation. Sorry. Don't mind Mrs. Kneifel. I'm just typing my little heart away. Okay. So it says, and this is going to be for a grade. How does King Bartholomew change from the beginning of the play to the end? So you're going to tell me, how is he different from when we started this play to how at the end? So we already talked about how he was at the beginning of the play, and we kind of already talked about how he was at the end of the play. So you're just going to tell me that in words, and then you're also going to tell me what causes this change, okay? And you have to use radar. So you're going to answer both the questions above. You don't need to answer them separately. You can answer them like at the same time, okay? It's just written in 2 questions. Your answer should be about 1 full paragraph. That's about 5 sentences. Be sure to use punctuation and capitalization. All of you can do this assignment now because you've already had reading class. But it is officially posted. It is due by tomorrow at 7:45 a.m. Use your book. You can tell me. Remember, it starts in Act 1. So you can even say that, how does King Bartholomew change from the beginning of the play? In the beginning of the play, in Act 1, the beginning of the play, King Bartholomew is blah, 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 period. This happens, blah, 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 blah. By the end of the play, he is blah, 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 okay? So you answer that question and do your personal best. You're going to have the rest of reading time to do it, and I will see you guys later. And if you're on virtually right now, don't leave yet. So I know on Wednesdays, Mrs. Jones has math at the same time as I have our grammar lesson. So you can go to math, but we're doing something, should be about a paragraph, Isaac, so about 5 sentences. But we're doing something important today in grammar, so make sure you watch the recording and get the assignment done later. But you have to go to, I would advise you to go to math because you're learning something new, and then you can just watch the recording of what I'm doing later, okay?
I'll just go to grammar and I can just watch the recording.
Whatever you want to do. Either way is fine, but we will be back live around 11:45, okay?
Okay.
So you guys are free to go. Have fun with it's one question. You guys have the rest of this time to do it. My class is 20 minutes. You guys till your next live. Goodbye. It is posted now.
Bye.